Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on Survive the Game, starring Bruce Willis. Classic Bruce Willis as a cop. He's getting a little long in the tooth to play these roles, but he still looks okay. You know, shaving his head, man, that was a baller move. It was a baller move because it makes him look younger. You know? I don't know if I could do it. You kind of have to do it when you have the receding hairline, but you know, he did it, and he still, it's kind of hard to pinpoint his age. Although, you know, you can tell in his face now, when in the close-ups, that he's getting old. But let's talk about it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books. Links in the description. Woke, a standard novel. Hollywoke, another novel. Political satire. And, of course, the Pineys, books 1 through 6. Comedy horror in South Jersey. Speaking of which, I will be at the New Jersey Horror Con in Atlantic City at the Showboat. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come on down, get a signed copy of the Pineys. Only cost you $8, or you can get it on Amazon. Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, here's the drug boss, and some good lines in this from Lionsgate. It looks well produced. I'm liking the dialogue. I'm liking the action. The trailer definitely is cut well. They got a hot chick in it. I think she's with the drug dealers, and there's a cop who's Bruce Willis's partner, and this guy is just sort of he's the broken character. I think he's kind of the main character, and the premise is Bruce Willis and his partner were taking down these drug dealers. Bruce Willis gets shot and captured by the drug dealers. The other guy gets away, chases some guys, or gets chased into this guy's house by the drug dealers. Now this guy, I'm not sure his deal. I don't know if he's a vet or what, but he can kind of handle himself. And it's his house, and this is a cop, and he's holding this woman hostage because she's part of the drug dealers. So it's like one of these reversal things. And then the drug dealers get to drop on him somehow, get the gun. He has to put it down, or they have another gun. So this is a bad guy. And eventually they get to drop on him. Bruce gets taken in by the drug dealers, and I think some militia guys. This guy, his background, and it's interesting that they have it in the trailer. He and his wife and kid were in a car accident. His wife and kid were killed. All he has left is the house that they lived in, and he's kind of holding on to that. And then the drug dealers kind of invade, and the farm, and he's got a farm too. And then he doesn't want to give it up, so he's got this like personal stake in this hostage situation. And then you got Bruce Willis, who vows to kill the head drug dealer. He's got some personal, this guy here, and this actor looks pretty good too, and that's part of the formula here. You gotta get a good actor as your lead baddie. This guy seems smart. He's not saying stupid things. He's not saying typical things like kill them. You know, he's saying he seems like he has his act together, right? He's telling the guys, listen, I don't know what you expected, but we came here to kill people. Like, that's something a guy in charge says, right, of these drug dealers. He knows what they're doing. They're killing people, and, you know, there's no ambiguity about it. So, this is the flashback with the kids. I mean, everything's in this trailer, and yet they somehow don't give away the movie. Now, the ending, obviously, the main characters are going to live. Bruce Willis might die because he's now in that role. You know, he could be the guy who sacrifices himself because he's just the name actor who's pushing this movie. This is the main guy, Chad Michael Murray, who I haven't heard of. The blonde looks like pretty good. Here's another scene. I mean, there's so many great scenes in here just in the trailer. So it seems to be shot well. Survive the Game is a good title. Hold Your Ground, October 8th. They got a tagline. Looks good. Looks good from Grindstone and Lionsgate. I would totally see this movie. I might see it in the theaters. Let's see if I can get this still. This is still with that. Oh, there's a good still. Bruce Willis. Oh, man, let's see if we can get this one. Yeah, there's one. That is like classic Bruce Willis right there. And yeah, he looks old. I mean, he looks older. You know, there's another scene where he kind of like wrinkles his face, and you can see his whole face, his whole head is wrinkled. But like in this shot, you know, how old do you think he is? He could be You know, he probably could be in his 40s. You could probably stretch it that low. You know, probably not in his 30s. Not really, but he is definitely, he's at least in his 60s. I think he's probably in his 70s. We're getting close to it. So, probably he's not moving as fast as he did, um, but this looks like, it's a good role for Bruce. It seems to be good casting, good everything, really. So I'm down with this. Survive the Game comes out, what did I say, October? Survive the Game, October 8th. October 8th. Yeah, I'd see this movie. I think this will be a winner. Classic 80s Bruce. Although he's not the main character, I think you're gonna get your dose of Bruce Willis. He says in the trailer, "I'm going to kill you," right? So you can't have that line in the movie unless that happens. He's gonna kill the main guy at the end of this movie. So sounds good. I'm gonna give it an upvote, and that's it for this movie. Let's see. I'll do the breakdown real quick. Act 1. They go on this raid to stop the drug dealer. It goes foobar. Bruce gets captured. The other guy ends up in the house with the stranger, the main character, Chad. They eventually get the upper hand on the drug dealers, and they team up. They team up to go back at him, right? And that's kind of the first act. Second act, it's about rescuing Bruce and saving the house from these drug dealers or the farm. I'm not sure why they're there. The bad guy shows up. They're going to kill everybody. They're holding the cop hostage. I don't know. They got something over them. Maybe they had their own hostages, the drug dealers' guys, who are needed for some reason. But he seems pretty ruthless, so he's willing to sacrifice them. So the second act is back and forth with the action. Who's going to kill who. And then the third act, big confrontation in the end. Bruce gets loose. And it's a final showdown between the main bad guys and the crew. So, hold your ground. October 8th. It's Survive the Game.